dragon?
Did I startle you, old friend?
Old friend? No. No. I don't know you. You need to leave. I have never known a dragon before, and would never allow myself to know a dragon.
You know me.
I don't think that's possible.
But it is. Tree Nymph have some of the best memories in the world. But my little friend here was not blessed to receive that gift.
I can hear you, you know. Don't think I can't. Your voice is so deep. I can feel it in my roots. I actually quite like it. Can you keep talking?
She does this all the time.
I've told you before, I don't know any dragons. I can't do something all the time if I've never met a dragon before. What kind of tree nymph would I be, befriending someone who could burn down this whole forest that I'm in charge of?
I know that you are in charge of this forest. That's why I came here. We need your help.
Help? Do you need my help?
That is what I said.
And what if I refuse?
You are in debt to me, Nymph. Whether you remember it or not, you are bound to help me. Do you not see the leaf mark on your leg?
That's a birthmark.
It is a charm.
Birthmark.
Charm.
Definitely a birthmark.
Tell me, does it not burn?
Not most of the time.
And now...
It's a bit uncomfortable.
This nymph always knows how to make me laugh. Persephone did not care for her, but I always had a fondness for this nymph.
That name. I remember that name. Why do I know it?
She was my wife.
No, that's not it.
That is exactly it.
Your wife? Can dragons be married?
We were.
Odd. I don't think I've ever seen a
perhaps if I told you the story of how you made your promise, maybe that would restore your memory.
Ooh, I do love stories.
I know.
Come, human, sit against this tree with me, and we shall hear this grand fable told by this senile old dragon.
I am not that old.
Come now, let's not get into this again. I thought dragons were supposed to be honest. You are quite adept at telling lies.
I'm beginning to understand why Persephone did not like you.
Why do people say that to me all the time? It is a true mystery.
Are you going to allow me to tell my tale?
Oh, yes. Tell us the story.
It begins a few years ago. Persephone and I were out and about, flying a bit further out from the valley. She was always the mischievous one, though we were always warned about going too far out. Persephone was notorious for wanting to push the boundaries and have a true adventure. I always admired that about her. And I'll admit that it was for this reason that I went out with her. Like us, human, we had been traveling for quite some time until we both caught the smell of smoke coming from a nearby grove. We decided to circle it for a moment to see if we could discover what was causing the smell. When we saw the flames destroying the trees.
How terrible. Who would do something like that?
We dropped closer to see who must have set fire to the forest when we saw Our Lady of the Trees here choking on the smoke. You see, human, tree nymphs
We tree nymphs are powerful, but smoke and fire weaken us.
That's right. She cried out to us for help, and we took pity on her. The forest she encompassed was large, and if we did not help, she would have been tortured until the last tree was burned down to the ground, and she would ultimately die. Persephone and I came as close to the forest as we could before we began to flap our large, powerful wings and put the fire out. We whipped the fire into a spiral of flames until it finally dissipated. The forest was safe, but we looked down in time to see the king's soldiers preparing to fight fire arrows at us. They told us that the king required the wood from the trees, and that the tree nymph had committed treason by not vacating the forest as she was ordered.
Which is impossible. Everyone knows a tree nymph is tied to their forest.
Apparently they did not. Though it is just like humans to assume that the world they live in, which is so full of magic and wonder, can so easily be understood. No offense, human.
Yes. No offense to you, human. I'm sure you're not as horrible as you appear.
Anyway, I told the soldiers that they had no right to venture so far away from their kingdom. That the boy king had no claim over the tree nymph's forest, and that they would feel our wrath if they did not leave. The soldiers were not afraid of us. Oh, the fools were willing to fight us. They prepared to fire arrows, but at that very moment the forest seemed to come to life, and my little friend here swatted the soldiers back and forth with the branches of her large, powerful trees. With no fire to weaken her, the soldiers could do nothing but watch as their equipment was smashed and they were driven from the forest. We landed, and I do believe we shared the most glorious of laughter after our victory. It was at that time my little friend made her pact with us. When we were in need, she would be honor bound to help us in any way that she could.
And are you in need?
Do you finally remember?
No, not everything. Just parts. Our memories are tied to the forests that we grow. The fire took part of that away from me, and there are so few tree nymphs left. The king has driven so many from their homes, and while my forest grows, I fear that I may be the only one left of my kind. I do a better job fighting off any intruders, but there's so much land. I cannot be everywhere at once.
I am sorry to hear that.
I remember our promise, good dragon. If help is what you need, ask, and I will give it to you and your friend.
I appreciate that, Lady Tree Nymph. If we may, we would like to remain here. We have been traveling a great distance, and we seek shelter amongst your tree, so that we might restore our strength and continue on our quest.
And what quest might that be?
I fear an old foe of both of ours has declared war on me and my companion here. The boy king seeks to rid me from this world once and for all.
I see. may stay here as long as you'd like. And if there is any aid I can give, including kicking his teeth in, I would love to assist you.
Thank you, Lady Tree Nymph, but our quest is likely to be dangerous. You have a much more important job protecting this forest and restoring your people to their rightful place.
You are right. Well, at least rest. I promise that nothing will hurt you while you are under my protection. You'll be able to make your next plans in peace. Rest, human, and let your dreams lull you into a much safer space.